What's going on, guys? Justin Fuller here. Today I'm out at Hyundai of Killeen, and we are getting these guys set up with all three products that TrueSpot has to offer. What does that mean? It means they're going to be able to track their keys in their cars anywhere on the lot. They're going to be able to track keys in cars through the service department, and then additionally, they're going to have access to our recon tool, allowing them to see how long a car spent in each step of recon and the total process. They got a 41-acre lot, if you can't see that I'm standing on, so being able to find a key in a car quickly is going to be super helpful. So let's hop on in and show you what it looks like. The first thing we got to do is set up a network, and the network consists of solar-powered gateways on the exterior of the building. So typically we'll run these up light poles, kind of like the one you can see actually right behind me here. They're non-invasive, they don't require power lines or anything like that. They hold 2 months worth of charge, and this is what's going to allow that network to talk in the outside of the building. Now inside of the building, we're going to use these interior gateways, about the size of half a deck of cards. So typically we're going to plug these into wall plugs, and we're going to hide them and tuck them away so that you can see those keys, or even those cards that are living on the showroom that are, fall into desks, that fall behind desks, that fall into the key machine, that don't quite get plugged in. All those places where keys tend to just kind of disappear. All right, guys, so let's talk about the hardware that we're using for Hyundai of Killeen to track their keys and track their cars, right? So there's a lot of different options out there, and I want to walk you through a couple of them. So the first one is for your keys, right? About the size of a quarter, right? It's a triangle piece, and we'll just hook this up to the key. Whether it be a key fob, these guys use key tracks, so we'll connect it to that plastic fob that goes back down in the machine. But whether it's 1 micro, whether it's keeper, whether it's a matrix system, hey, maybe you just got a pegboard, right? All of these will integrate with this, so very easy to understand. And on the back, there's a QR code so you can connect this specific tag up to a stock number, which I'll show you next when we hop over to the phone app. Now, when it comes to tracking your cars, there's a lot of different ways you can do this, right? So my standard tag that we use is gonna be right here. Typically, you would just throw this around the rearview mirror, and this will allow you to track the vehicle to see where it is on the campus, whether it be out on the retail lot, something shooting in the showroom, maybe it's in a service bay, wherever that car might be, right? It might be something you just pulled in and is working its way through recon. Now, I offer this in 2 different versions. One, just a classic tag, hey, I just need to track the vehicle. I also offer it with an accelerometer, right? So in the middle of the night, if this moves, it can be set up to send you push notifications. So if someone's trying to steal the wheels off the vehicle, maybe they're trying to steal the whole vehicle, right? Stealing Cadillac converters, whatever it may be, you can get these, and you can mix these, right? You can mix and match. So if you wanted to do, just a standard classic tag, and then maybe a handful of these for, like a Ford Raptor or something kind of high end, or if you have cars that you block your driveways with, why not put these in it so if anybody tries to drag that car out of the way, you immediately get that notification, right? So these are some tags that we use. Now these allow you to track on and off campus is gonna be this next piece, right? So this is gonna be my OBD2 device, right? So tracking on the campus is gonna be right here. Tracking off the campus is gonna be this OBD2 device. And that's the big differentiator. Cost-wise, a little bit more expensive, but it'll allow you to see that vehicle on and off the campus. And same thing, you can blend these together. I could use a handful of these and then maybe a couple of these if I wanted to use them for test drives or courtesy vehicles, or just high-end vehicles that I want to have a little bit more trackability on. I could go that. Now, for the sake of Hyundai of Killeen, these guys use Apex. Apex is an F&I sell-through product that allows you to track the vehicle on the campus, and you can sell it to your customer base down the line so that they can continue to track and protect their vehicle. Now, we happen to integrate with Apex, so this makes it very nice. They'll be able to pull up our desktop dashboard, our phone app, and see not only where the key is at, but also where the car is at, whether it's on the campus, and since it's Apex, they'll be able to see if it's off the campus as well. So when we hop into the phone app next, I'll show you exactly what that looks like as far as running a search. Now, if you want to be able to track something that's not a key and not a car, things like jump boxes, golf cart keys, dealer tags are a big one. We can use these for that as well. And when we hop over to these next couple of topics of the dashboard and the phone app, I'm going to show you how you can do that. So know that if you have stuff that grows legs, we can connect this up more than just a key or a car. So let's hop over to the phone app and I'll show you some more.
All right, guys, so really quickly, before we jump into the phone app, I just wanted to touch on 2 other tags that we hadn't in the car, right? And that would be for fixed ops. So if you want to use this for your service department, maybe a collision center, anywhere where you're doing like ROs or tickets, these are going to play a role. So these are my fixed ops tags, right? So I've got a hang tag that goes around the rear view mirror, and it's got a tracking tag in the back of it, right? And then for the keys, I've got a tag with a carabiner that's going to have a matching number, right? So these are promo tags, so these don't match up, but these 2 numbers would match up, and this would be tracking as well. Now, the really cool thing about these 2 tags is I don't have to connect them to a stock number of VIN. They're already preloaded to these numbers, right? So anytime I search 2070, it'll pull up the key and the car. So from a fixed ops standpoint, you know what I mean? If I connect this up to a car on the RO or digitally in the RO somewhere in a field, I could just put 2070 on it. and then I'll know, oh, we're looking for 2070, right? So we pull that up in the app, hit 2070, boom, pulls up key, pulls up car. We can go find the car to either deliver it back to the customer, do the work on it, whatever it may be. Same thing in the collision center, right? So easy enough to understand. These are the fixed ops tags. So let's hop into the phone app. There's 3 important things I want to walk you through on the phone app, right? Because that's what I'm mirroring on the screen here. Is 1, how do I run a search? How do I find a key and find a car? 2, how do I connect up my tags, right, to a specific stock number, a specific VIN? And then 3, if there's something that isn't a key or car, a jump box, a dealer plate, a golf cart, whatever it may be, an item in my warehouse that I want to track, how can I do that, right? So I want to walk you through that process. So the first thing I'm going to do is find a key and find a car. We're going to hit that button up top in the corner. Right now from here, it's going to pull up my entire inventory feed. Now, just to show you kind of a couple different ways I can search, I can type in a stock number, a VIN, a partial. I can go by year, make, and model. So if I'm on the lot and I'm talking with somebody, I can scroll through here. This is dynamic, guys. It's only going to show you what's available to you in your inventory, right? So it makes it very simple. And then that last tab that's up top, free, will just simply allow me to run a simple search for something at free, right? If I want to search convertibles or something odd, right? I can absolutely do it. So very simple to do this, right? So let's get back into this and run the search here. So the first thing you're seeing on here is you can see on this very first car that they've only tagged a key so far. So the vehicle hasn't been tagged. Now, unlike the second one down here, you can see that it has 2 keys tagged. So the main key and the spare key have been tagged this vehicle. So know that if you have more than 1 key to a car, you can absolutely track them. So if your spares live in the back somewhere, the guys can go and get them if they can't find the main key. Well, maybe I want to track that as well. Now, as I scroll down here, I can see what's tagged and what's not. So very easy. When we hop into the dashboard, I'll show you a little bit more about that. But right here, this Buick Encore, I can see that the key has been tagged and the car has been tagged. So I'm gonna go and select this. Let's pretend this is the car we were searching. I jump into it, boom. It immediately shows me where the car is at. So I can zoom in and out. I can move the map around. I will appear as a blue dot when I'm out on this lot, right? So if I was walking around and I was a little bit over here, it'd show me where I'm at. Now, not only does it show me on the map, but it's telling me the location, guys. Location, certified north lot. And that's this geofence off area that we've labeled based off of their choice, right? You tell me what to call it. We mark off the area. We make sure everything coordinates together. Now, if I hit that next button, it's going to jump over to the key. Now, same thing. I can zoom in and out, guys. It's telling me right now the key is in the certified sales building in their key track system. That's the key management system they use, right? So if it was Keeper, if it was 1 micro, hell, if it was just a pegboard, I can put one of our gateways over there so that you'll know if the key is in there. So as a sales guy, if somebody walks in the front door, what do I know? I know the key's in the key machine, the car's sitting right out front. I can easily grab the key and walk my customer out the front door versus, hey, hold on, let me go find the key, and then hold on, let me go find the car. I'm gonna walk the lot, hitting the alarm, walk to the back, hit the alarm, hoping the battery isn't dead so that I can find it, and it takes me 20 minutes. I've just narrowed this down to like a 1-minute search, right? Walk over there and grab it, walk out the door with my customer. So customer, efficiency, right, with my customers, and just general how I take care of them, I'm improving all of that, right? So now let's talk about this for a second. If this key wasn't in the key track, what if this key was in the sales floor in a bunch of offices, right? Bunch of desks sitting out there, some guy shoved it in and went to to lunch. Well, if I got over here, one, I'd see myself as a blue dot on here, but I can hit that find a tag button that you see on there. If I hit that, it'll pull this up. It'll start pinging that tag, right? It's gonna start pinging this. Now, a white ball will appear right here in the middle, and as I walk closer to it, it'll get in the near, and then to the immediate section when I'm within, a foot or two of it. And if I walk the wrong direction, it'll move up into this red section, right? So it's gonna move this up and down as I get closer. So as I get, near it and I get to the desk, it's right here. A fantastic tool to help you out. Other ways you can use this, guys, if I get out to that car, right? If I was out here at the car and I was like, man, I don't, the key says it's in the car. We know somebody left it in there. I can hold it to the windshield and see if it starts pinging and go, boom, it's in the car. All right, let's pop it open and find it, right? Or, hey, the key got put back in the key machine, we think, but it didn't register. Happens all the time. I can walk over there and go, well, it shows the keys here, but it isn't showing in the machine. Literally, you start find a tag and just hold this from drawer to drawer until it starts going off. And I know that the key is in that drawer, right? So that we can figure it out so we're not recutting keys and costing ourselves some money, right? So that's how you can find a key and find a car and how granular you can get with this. Now I'm gonna go back to the home button and let's talk about how do I connect up a specific tag, right? These tags, my key tag and my car tag, to a specific stock number, a specific VIN. So we're gonna do that second button, that True Tag Management button, we're gonna click that. Now from here, it's gonna show me everything that lives in my inventory feed. So this is gonna be all the cars that you currently have. If it was a trade that didn't live in the inventory feed, you just took it on trade and you wanted to do it, I could type in a stock number, type in a VIN, right? If I type in a stock number VIN, it'll allow me to merge them when it does land in, so I'm not duplicating. But I could do it. It would just say, hey, do you want to add this? Yes, add it, and then boom, now we're on the same screen again. So know that you can do this with cars who haven't landed there yet. But for the sake of this, I'm gonna scroll down to this Audi A6. Let's say that this Audi A6 is what I wanna connect up a tag to, right? It just rolled off a truck. We bought it at auction, or, it's a brand new Ford, so this is a Ford dealership, or, Hyundai dealership, or whatever it may be. The car just rolled in and we wanna connect it up, or it's a trade, right? So any of these options will work. I've got a key button for the key tag, a car button for the car tag, guys. Very simple to do. So the key button, I just simply hit it. Now on the back of your key tag, you've got some numbers you can type in letters if you want, or I would just hit this little QR button you see in the search over to the right. If I press that, I can simply let this load up and just scan my tag, guys. They make it super simple for you, boom, and then connect it, right? I'm not gonna connect this since obviously this is a live dealership, but once I do, you'll see that little key icon appear like the BMW below it. Same thing for the car, hit that car icon. All I gotta do, guys, hit the QR reader and then scan that QR code and boom, we're good to go. Boom, connect that up. Now we've connected a key and a car, and literally what did that take me? 10 seconds while I did it on camera. So to give you an idea, when I'm checking in cars, if I just bought them from auction and a truck rolls in, or they're new cars that rolled in, or if they're trades we have sitting on line, as a lot porter, I could walk out with a handful of these in each pocket and do every single car right then. So the minute a car starts rolling through recon to get ready, or if it's a new car and it goes to PDI, maybe it goes through detail and then goes over to the photo booth, we're already tracking the key in the car as it starts getting handed off to different people, right? Because not everybody's gonna check it in like they should. We know this. So why not be able to track these things? So very easy to do, right? So that's how you connect up a tag to a key in a car. Now that last portion that I want to talk to you about is, hey, what if it's a golf cart? What if it's a golf cart key? What if it's a dealer plate or something of that nature? Up here in the search, I could type in something, right? So if I wanted to, go with something, I'd run the search. So dealer plate, and then I'd type in someone's name or so forth, right? Now, it'll find it. Now, if it doesn't, it'll give me this prompt. Would you like to add this? So yeah, I say, yeah, add as a stock number and go ahead and add it. Now, once I've added that item, guys, I'm not gonna add this, but if I did, now immediately under that TrueTag management, I would see dealer plate, right? Instead of 2019 Audi Q8, it would say dealer plate, and then stock number would say dealer plate Justin. And then all I gotta do, same process again, guys. Just open up that QR reader, hit my key tag, right? If I'm just doing a key tag. So any item that's not, it's gonna be I'm gonna track, I would use a key tag, right? It's smaller, it's easy, you can zip tie it to something, tape it, however you wanna connect it up. Use a wire if you don't want them to be able to cut it off. So know that that's how you would connect up something that isn't a key or a car, right? So if I wanna do golf carts, golf cart keys, I wanna do dealer plates, right? If I have items in the warehouse that seem to be walking off and I got a shrinkage issue, zip tie this, throw one in the box. Let's see where it goes. The minute it timestamps and leaves the campus, I'll know, right? So next up, we're gonna head over to the dealer dashboard. Now on the dashboard, I wanna answer a few questions for you. Things like, hey, can I receive alerts to know when cars have been gone for extended periods of time? Absolutely you can. Or two, hey, what if I wanna, at the end of a night, as a closing duty, I wanna be able to look and see where every single key is all at once. Is that possible? 100% that's possible. Or lastly, what if I have, the issue of things like, I don't know, I've got a photo booth vendor guy and I want to make him more efficient. I want to manage him. Can I help him find keys in cars faster? Absolutely I can. And can I manage and see how much he's getting done and when? Definitely you can. So let's hop over to the dashboard and I'll walk you through some of that. All right, guys, so here we are on the desktop dashboard and I want to go through those 3 questions that we just talked about and a couple other really cool features. So I'm not going to touch on the whole dashboard, right? We could spend a lot of time on this, but that's what a demo is for. So the first thing I want to talk about is, hey, can I receive those alerts on any of my vehicles if they leave the lot? And the answer was absolutely you can. So across the top here, you're gonna see all these different boxes, right? And I can jump through several of them. Well, there's one called Last Sightings that I'm kind of hovering my mouse over right now. You can see that. So on here, I can click onto this and go, hey, show me everything that hasn't been seen in the last 72 hours. Or maybe I want just the last 24 hours, right? It'll present me a list with all the vehicles that haven't been seen on the lot in the last 24 hours, right? So I can look at it here. I can turn off the map, present myself with a list right here, see if there's any notes, anything like that. So very easy to manipulate through, right? So that's great that I get this list, but how do I set those alerts? Simple, guys. All you got to do is go to the back office, go to a user account, select a person, right? So I can come down here and just find a person that I want. So we'll see if I'm in here still, right? Which I'm not. So we'll go with Joshua Friends. Last name's Friends. How can I like him? Go to Missing Vehicle Alerts and just select this tab. Boom. Now, every morning at 7 a.m., Josh will get an email with this list of cars. So very quickly, he can say, okay, do we have loaner paperwork on it, right? If you do it digitally or if you have a binder. And then he can go, okay, well, who worked the last deal on it? Start putting together what's going on with this. Or it might just be simply that, hey, we have the potential idea of theft on our hands, or somebody borrowed a car and didn't fill out their paper, which now we can manage both. So absolutely, you can set it up and get alerts on any of these vehicles that haven't been seen in a period of time, and whatever time you want, we can set that threshold so that you can get those emails. So that is one of the things. Now, before we go into anything else, I want to talk to you about what you're seeing on the screen. So up top, you're going to see all these green graphs with these big numbers right here. So what's that showing you is what's tagged, and you can also see what isn't tagged. So pre-owned right here, keys. I've got new keys, and then inventory. My pre-owned inventory, my new inventory. So pre-owned inventory, what I've highlighted right here, which you can see right here, 204, right? I can click on that 204, shows me every single car in there that's 204 that's been tagged. Well, that's important, but I'm more interested in what isn't tagged. That remaining 424, which I can hover over here and click on, it'll present me with that list over here, right? I want to know why those aren't tagged. And I can turn off the map, I can sort, I can do all kinds of things. I can sort by days in inventory, which I don't know if you can catch this on the very edge of the screen, and look at this and go, okay, well, you know, some of these cars that are a day and two old, no big deal, but this top car is 163 days old. Why haven't we tagged this car, right? I can start putting together, you know, what's going on with our inventory. I can manage this system is basically what I'm saying. So that's just what you're seeing across the top, what's tagged versus what isn't tagged so you can understand. Now, the second question that I brought up was, hey, at the end of a night, can a sales manager make sure that every single key that we have makes it back inside of the building? And the answer is absolutely yes, you can. So what you're seeing on the screen right now, a couple things I'll kind of touch on here. One, all these yellow boxes are those areas we've geo-fenced off. So when we were looking at that search on the app and it said, you know, like service parking or, you know, used lot or whatever, that's what you're seeing. We've named all these things and divided this up accordingly. If you called me up tomorrow and said, hey, you know, we're building a separate building over here, we need to separate this line, add this building and do that, we absolutely could. So know that this can kind of work with you. Now, what I did over here is I went over to the assets and flipped down to keys, right? So you can see that on the map. So now I can see every single key on the lot that's tagged, right? So I'm looking at all of them. So at the end of the night, if I see something like, you know, here, or these outliers out here, right? Then I know there's something going on. These haven't made it back in the building. I could simply click on it and it'll present me with a stock number, right? At that point, grab a sales guy and go, hey, put this stock number in your phone, walk out to the Service Max parking lot west, and go grab this key for me. I think somebody dropped it on the lot or left it in a car, right? So this is gonna make it very easy to manage, right? And I can do this with every single key if I need to. Hopefully, you're only seeing 1 or 2 at the end of the night. Much like this, you're not seeing, you know, 5 or 6. But if you do, you can start managing this because keys get left in cars and then nobody knows where they are and we sell the car and then what happens? You recut it only to find it later to know that you literally wasted money. So absolutely at the end of a night, I can look out here and see every single key. Right now, that's what I'm looking at, every single key on the lot. Versus if I flip back over, I can see every single car on the lot and know where they're at any given moment, right? So excellent for opening duties, managing those cars that haven't made it back on the lot, and then closing duties, managing all of my assets to make sure that they make it back onto the lot. What I want to talk about is old age units. We've all got them, they're hard to sell, and sometimes it's not just a matter of maybe we bought an odd car, but it might just be, well, where is that car located, right? What are we doing with that car? Well, I've got a tab for old age units, right? I can flip over to my old age units, which is over here to the side here. Let me drop this down a little bit bigger, and that way we can kind of get to some stuff. So I can click on my old age units and get a list of 53 vehicles that are all 90 plus days old, right? So that's what I want to look at. I want to know where those cars are at on my lot. You know, ask yourself this. If I knew where my old age units were, could I better sell them, right? If the answer is yes, well then why not be able to pull up this map right here and know where they're at? Because if they're in the certified lot, but they're in the back corner, right? Maybe I get them up closer, right? Maybe I put them in front of the certified sales building. You know, if I can see that cars have been parked over an employee parking and left there, right? Or they got parked over in the Ford side when really it's a Hyundai, maybe I want to go grab these cars and move them to the correct spaces. So think about that from an inventory management aspect and from a sales aspect. Now, to add to that, over on the far left side, I'm just going to point this out real quick, is that I have a search bar that is much more in depth than what you would see when we were looking on the app, right? I've got all these different tabs over here. If I want to look up new vehicles, right? If I want to look up pre-owned, certified, right? If I want to see where all my certified vehicles are, I can do that. And then one step further, I could come in here and go, all right, I want to see all my new Hyundais, right? And then even further, I could come down here and go, I want to see all my new Hyundai, you know, Konas or whatever it is, right? And think of it this way. What if I'm running a specific incentive? I want to make sure every Kona I have, like maybe I'm making higher grosses because I got money coming back. I want to make sure they're all lined up together. They're all parked out front of the building. They all have hang tags that says, ask me about a deal on these, or whatever the marketing aspect you want to choose is, right? Know that you can look at several vehicles all at once. So if as an inventory manager, I can manage all these vehicles and know that they're exactly where they need to be. I don't have, Hyundais parked in the Fords or new cars parked in the used cars, or if I got a line of Konas, I don't have, what random Subaru in between them. I can start to keep the lot nice and tight as well. So this can work for your inventory manager and your lot porters as well. So know that this search bar over here offers a lot of additionals that you can look at as far as seeing, what's tagged on the lot, what isn't tagged, new, pre-owned, certified, all kinds of different search criteria. And even at the very bottom, right? I can do that same search that I talked about kind of earlier of, hey, what if I just want to search convertibles or something of that nature? You can absolutely do it. So know that you can take advantage of that. All right, guys, so that's a quick rundown of the Lot Management 360 tool that we are using for the Killeen Hyundai store. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, want to set up a demo, want to talk specifically about your store, maybe you have a parking structure, maybe you have spillover lots, right? Maybe you're in a construction area, or maybe you're kind of in the middle of changing buildings or whatever it may be, I'd be more than happy to hop on a call. We can always talk through email, or if you want to set up a demo to get a little bit more information and, of course, pricing, feel free to. I'm going to put all of the that info to reach me down in the description of this video so that you can get in touch. It will also be at the end of this video on the screen as well. Other than that, appreciate you tuning in. Look forward to talking to you. If you ever want to touch on some of the other products that we have, things like fixed ops tracking, whether it be for a collision center, whether it be for your fixed ops department, your service department, using my fixed ops tags, I'd be more than happy to talk with you about that. Or if you're interested in our recon products, so it's starting to track your vehicles as they move through recon, not only being able to apply that location-based service to it, to where you can find those keys and cars, but also start to manage how much time it's spending in each step, the overall process. How can I start to turn my inventory quicker? So look forward to hearing from you. Talk to you soon, guys. Later!